Exactly 1 year ago today, I was 415 pounds and I was dying. And I realized that as I was standing in Acadia National Park in Maine with my friend Devin, and we were in one of the most beautiful places in the United States, and we were limited by what we could do that was within a few hundred feet of where we could park and walk to. I couldn't walk more than 50 feet without getting out of breath. I was diabetic. I had severe lymphedema in my legs. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was dying. And it was that trip and the limitations that I faced on that trip that made me decide to change that. So that was June of last year. And I immediately re enrolled in the bariatric program that I had started almost 4 years before and given up on. And I found I cut out things from my diet. Cut fast food out of my diet. I made a lot of dietary changes while I was going through the process to get cleared for the surgery. And by the time I had the surgery, which was October 2nd of 2024, I'd already lost 33 pounds. So since then, I actually hit a milestone weight for me yesterday, which was I was under 240 pounds. So in less than a year, I've lost 175 pounds. And I'm still going, and it's still going great. Um, I've also hit another milestone yesterday, which is my 100th workout in the gym. So as soon as I was cleared after surgery, so 5 weeks after my surgery, I was cleared to go back and exercise. And from that day, I started weightlifting at the gym. And I've done that for 3 days a week without missing a single day for the first 6 months after my surgery. And then I met with my nutritionist and decided I wanted to uh, increase my calorie intake a little bit, start taking creatine, and I wanted to go from 3 days a week to 5 days a week. So now for the last month or month and a half or so, I've been doing 5 days a week weightlifting. And I can tell you my energy level has skyrocketed. I'm able to do things I wasn't doing when I was in my 20s. I'm lighter than I was in my 20s. It's absolutely insane. Like every time I work out, everything I do, instead of tiring me out, actually energizes me and makes me want to do more stuff. I just bought a bike again. I used to bike a lot when I was a teenager. So I've been doing 5 days a week in the gym. I go for 10-mile bike rides at lunch, as you know, when the weather permits. It's been incredibly rainy here in New York. I did a 26-mile rail trail ride a week or two ago, plus hiking, camping. I'll go to the gym at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, come home, grab my dog, and go for like a 4 or 5 mile hike up in the Catskills. It's absolutely changed my life. It's saved my life. It's completely different. My life has absolutely changed, and I don't think that just losing the weight would have done it. Absolutely has everything to do with the amount of work that I've been putting in at the gym. So even that 175 pounds I've lost in that same period of time, I don't know how much muscle I've put on, but I know it's noticeable. I can see it easily. I can feel it. Like I can feel for the first time in my life, I have like pecs and chest muscles. I have, it's absolutely insane to me how much my body has transformed in the last year. And not just my body, my outlook on life. I had given up on so many things, like all of my favorite activities. I always loved hiking and camping and being outdoors, bushcraft and things like that. And over the last several years, as my weight steadily increased and I was getting bigger and bigger and able to do less and less, I started selling off my equipment. I sold a lot of my camping gear. And because I basically had given up. I'd given up on ever being able to do the things that I loved again. And so it wasn't just that I was physically dying. I was also like spiritually dying because all of the things that, gave me joy, I felt I could no longer have. And now I'm out here. I'm not just doing them. It's not like it used to be, even when I was younger, where, okay, I'm going to go on a trip. I'm going to go on a hike. I'm going to go do something, and I'm going to need a week to recover, and I'm going to be limping around and just kind of being a lazy slob for a week afterwards. I'm doing like back to back, a workout in the morning, a hike in the middle of or a bike ride in the middle of the day, and let's go for a hike in the afternoon, and screw it, let's do it all again tomorrow, and I was never able to do that even when I was a teenager. It's just been an absolutely amazing year for me. And, obviously, I have I have to thank, the my surgery team and that helped me, but that's a lot of people, I don't know, seem to think that bariatric surgery is like an easy solution, and it's not. It helps. Don't get me wrong, but I like to think of it, and the way I kind of describe it for people is, when you look at a recovering alcoholic, because food addiction is a very similar type of addiction. You don't look at somebody who's recovering who went to rehab for 90 days or something like that and say, oh well, your 10 years of sobriety doesn't count because you went to rehab. Which a lot of people, unfortunately, will tell you that weight loss doesn't count because I had surgery. But I could sit and stuff my face. I could get fat again in no time if I wanted to. But it gave me a period of time where I was able to get control of myself, get control of my diet, get control of my eating habits, and how I was able to kind of structure my life around a healthy relationship with food. And now, in addition to my eating habits, the exercise, having built that into my lifestyle, I almost feel like it's been easy. I mean, it's been a hard path, but I saw a quote once that really stuck with me, and it was that being fat, being overweight is hard, and believe me, it's hard. And getting up early in the morning and going to the gym every day and eating healthy is hard. You just have to choose your hard. And I have to say now, a year into this experience, I think being fat was harder. It was way more difficult emotionally. It was way more difficult mentally. Physically speaking, I have so much energy now that like the little bit of time I spend at a gym every day is nothing compared to the amount of active time that I have during the day. It's insane to me. It doesn't take up time. It feels like it gives me a gym day. To me, feels like it's 2 days long, because I get out of the gym in the morning at like 8:30 or 7:30 in the morning, because I get up and go early before work, and I feel like I've had a whole day. I feel great, and then I've got the whole day ahead of me too. Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to go any longer, but I just wanted to kind of talk about what the last year has been like for me. I want to thank my wife for all of her unending support. She's on her own amazing weight loss journey. She just had skin removal surgery. She's lost over 200 pounds. And my buddy Devin, who's on his as well, just dropped below 300 pounds for the first time in I don't know how long. So congrats to you for that. And I'm going to start making some more video updates, kind of documenting my process on this. Even though I really, really don't like being in front of the camera. And I dislike editing the videos even more. But Devin, this is your fault. So thanks for that.